start the way we need to go on. Alright, good morning everyone!
Good morning!
A little bit that up, but okay, we'll run with that. That's good. Okay, so my name is Rishi Patel, as Alan said, and let me tell you a little bit about myself. Okay, so I had a very rough upbringing. Okay, so I had, when I was very young, my parents would put me from one childminder to another. And there was one childminder in particular, I remember she had these dogs, and I didn't like dogs. Right? And she used to kind of get me to play with dogs, and that they were when I come home after my parents had a really long day at work, my parents would pick me up from the childminder covered in dog hair. You know? And the first thing I have to do is, when I get home, is I have to have a bath, and then it's about 6 p.m. and it's just rough, right? And this happened day after day after day after day. And I remember telling my mum, do you know what, Mum? I wish, right, that I could spend some more time with you, right? I really miss you when there's no one here to pick me up from school. And it was in that point in my life that I realized, I started to grow up and go through university and college and I started my first job. I started to realize that I don't actually want to be in a place when I have children that I can't pick them up from school and I can't play with them, I can't learn with them, I can't grow with them, right? And that was a very difficult period of my life, and I had that realization. So I made a firm commitment that I must, I can, and I will find a way to break this time and money link so that that never ends up happening to me. So I went through working in IT to start with after I graduated university. I graduated with a computer science BSc. I didn't actually finish the degree. I didn't get the honours degree, I didn't finish the dissertation. I just hated computer science. And I left and I was a little bit puzzled as to what to do. So I got a job and I started working in IT. And did a computer science BSc. Naturally, my parents were like, you did computers, now go and get an IT job, right? So, and this is social conditioning, right? Go through university, get a job, get married, have children, work hard, retire, right? And that is social conditioning. If you look around us, that's what's happening all the time. So I worked in IT for sure, but I didn't enjoy it at all, and I just felt locked. And I started looking around. I saw some people are driving Ford Fiestas. Some people are driving convertible BMWs. Some people are driving Aston Martins. And I started thinking to myself, hang on a second, right? All of these people have exactly the same amount of time in a day. How is it that some people are doing this, some people are doing this, and some people are doing that? It doesn't make sense. So a lot of my best friends were older than me. They said to me, look, you need to get into business. Business is a great way of making money. So I was 21, left university, right? I started this video production business. I cleaned out all my life savings. I went to America, I bought some shit back, started video production business, started to go really well. Then what happened in 2008 is the recession hit. Big problem, right? A lot of I won some really great contracts in short space. I was very good at video production. And I done some work with John Lewis and Watford Council and stuff like that. It was awesome. 2008 recession, everyone stopped spending money. And this video production company started to go down. That's around about the same time that I met Tiru. And Tiru, fantastic individual, had the same goals that I had. I just had a little later on down the line. So why don't we do this? Why don't we get into financial trading? So okay, that sounds good. We went on to a course and we got a job on a private trading floor. Now this point in my life was probably one of the most intense that I've ever been through. Because what happened is, we were spending around 18 hours a day in front of these charts looking at screens. And that company gave us some incredible exposure to people. We met some incredible contacts. People wanted us to trade money for them. We coached well over 1,000 people. What's the number? 1,000. That's right, 1,000 people. We coached, myself and Tiru, 1,000 people. And we were trading live in front of people. We would open up our charts and screens, be like, hey, we're getting into the market here, we're getting out here. And people were watching what we were doing. We built up a lot of experience in a very short space of time. It was intense. But we loved it. We were passionate about it, right? And has anyone got that feeling when they're really passionate about something, time just kind of disappears by show of hands? Yes, exactly, right? This time doesn't exist, and who cares? It's not even work anymore, right? It's just pleasure, it's fun, right? So then we left that private trading floor and we started Master the Markets. And Master the Markets is an incredible organization that teaches people how to trade financial markets. And we primarily ourselves came out of that private trading floor. We made a commitment to say that we don't just want to be people that train people how to do this. We want to walk the talk. right? So we want to be traders first, trainers second, and that's what we do. So why do I do all of this? Well, my true passion in life is martial arts. I love training martial arts, and I love working with children. Those two things are my things that I love doing, right? Where time disappears. So I have this vision that I want to embed a program called Sofitel Education in Human Values through this martial art training called Choi Kwando. 5 human values being love, peace, truth, right conduct, non-violence. And infuse these values through the martial art and teach it all over the world. And really build a new generation of people who are going to be global leaders at some stage who will really change this world for the better. That's my thing. That's what I live for. That's why I trade. So a lot of you put your hands up and said that you've never traded before. Let me just see by a show of hands, who's never traded before? Okay, good. All right, perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a really strong overview as to exactly what trading is. The great thing is you don't need to worry about taking notes because it's all online and you can just download them pretty much straight away. Okay. Forex trading, which is what we do primarily, is basically the exchange of currency. That's all it is. The great thing about the Forex market than other markets is that it is a $3 trillion market. Does anyone know how many zeros are in a trillion? No? 12. 12 zeros in trillion. The numbers are crazy. It is the biggest market out there, right? All we need to do is take a small slice of that and we're cool. We're done and set for whatever our goals are for life, right? The great thing is that we trade this every day and we have a successful system which we teach in a 2-day workshop called Traders Space Camp. Now, what I want to do is just teach you some of the fundamentals behind how trading works, okay? So we have bars. We look at charts and we see bars, okay? What do these bars mean? I'm going to give you a very brief and an easy explanation example. Has anyone here ever been to a shop before? Okay, some people have never been to a shop before. I asked the question because I don't know, right? You know, some people may not go to shops, right? So here's the thing, shops generally speaking have tills inside them, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's say a till starts in the morning with, as we've got here, 150 pounds, right? And it finishes in the afternoon, just before it closes, with 400 pounds. If we were to map the shop on a bar, it would look like that green bar just there. If the shop would have finished with less money in it than it started because of refunds and transactions, whatever, it would look like a red bar. And this is all that we do when we're looking at price charts. We're just looking to see where the price is closed in relation to the open. And that tells us a lot about the market, and we're able to read patterns. So what are pips? Okay, so pips are basically the very smallest increment by which price can move on the foreign exchange market. Okay? Pips are the smallest increment by which price can move on the foreign exchange market. Let me give you a really great example as to how to work out exactly what a pip is and just give you an understanding. Books, right? We all read books. Now we go to, let's say, a bookshop and we buy a book. And Mindy's going to be speaking on books a little bit later, so this is a perfect example. Let's say we have a book, it's £30.97. What is the smallest increment that can go up by? Can anyone tell me? A penny, right? So if this were to go up by a penny, it would be £30.98, right? If it were to go up by another penny, it would be £30.99. It is the smallest increment by which price can move. Okay. Now, the great thing is that that's the smallest increment that can move. Now let's look at FX. In FX, we trade to 4 decimal places. Okay. So let's say this is the price of the euro against the US dollar, right? So if I wanted to go to, I'm traveling from Europe to America and I want to change some dollars, my price $128.95. The smallest increment that this can go up by is 1 pip, which is the 4th decimal place. So if I show you a visual example of what that looks like, this price is now climbing. It's climbed by 5 pips. If we add another 2 pips, it climbs to 7 pips, 1 pip. Can everyone see the pips going up? Yeah? So every pip that goes up by, we put a monetary amount on it. So let's say for this example, we're trading at £10 per pip, right? So at £10 per pip, price is moving and it's climbing steadily. So 12 pips is 120, 14 pips is 140. So how much is 18 pips going to be? 180. It's pretty straightforward. Are there any questions so far? No? Okay, great. So the price continues to climb and until we take the trade off the table or it hits some sort of a target. Okay, so that's core basics, really basic level stuff for how markets move and how they work in terms of pricing and pips. Now, The thing is, what we have are we have 3 trader power tips. Now these power tips that we're going to be giving out on this presentation are the fundamental basics behind which we trade the markets. They're very, very, very important, okay? And we use them all the time, right? We use them as professionals all the time. So again, don't worry about taking notes because everything is online and we will link you down with all of this. Okay, so the first tip is always drive with a seat belt. And I promised Kirill I will return that to his desk after I was finished with it. So there we go. Always drive with a seat belt. What does that mean to us? It means that you always trade with a stop loss. Okay. So for all of my beginner traders that have never ever traded before, for show of hands, who's never traded again? Okay. What do you think the stop loss does? Go on. Stops you from losing money. Pretty straightforward, right? So this is the best thing about trading. It's really, really, really easy, right? Even I can do it, right? That's saying something, right? So it stops your loss, okay? So what you do is you define your loss up front. You say to the broker, and we're working with some fantastic brokers. We have Atomic working with us, and that's fantastic for us. And you can tell, you can give them this instruction very specifically. Say to them, look, I don't want to lose more than £100 on this trade, or I don't want to lose more than £10 on this trade. And they will set that up so it doesn't happen. The great thing is it's fully automated. You do not need to be by your computer to do this. You can be at work, you can be somewhere else, you can be doing other things, and this is making money for you. And this is the key differentiation between a gambler and a trader. A gambler doesn't define any kind of limit or max loss, but a trader does it strategically and mathematically. That's the key difference. Okay, next up, so I'll show you this visually on a chart actually. So you can see we've got an entry price, we've got a stop loss price, and it tells us that once the price reaches the stop loss level, which is the level that's just indicated just underneath where you've got the line, the broker will automatically exit you from that trade. You do not need to be by the computer. It is completely automated. The thing that actually reminds me, to be honest, about the stop loss, when myself and Tiru were working on the private trading field, we used to have a lot of clients coming up to us. One of the clients we were training was a surgeon. She had a lot of money, and it wasn't working very hard for her. She works crazy hours, first of all, right? 60 hours a week and stuff like that. And her money wasn't working very hard, she wanted to learn to trade. But she didn't really take any formal training at all, right? So she started trading the markets, and she started to lose like a lot of money. And when she came down and sat next to me, we had a fantastic trading floor. We had a great facility, and we had all the screens and everything. It was beautiful, right? And she came, pulled up a chair, she sat next to me, and she was a little down. I said, well, what's up? And she said, well, look, I just keep losing money. I don't know why it's happening. And I looked at her account, and I did a little bit of analysis pretty quickly, and I saw, okay, you're not really using a stop loss. Why is that? And what she said is that, well, what's that? Big problem, right? Because if you're not using a stop loss, you've got no way of defining your limit. Now, the loss limit. Now, the great thing is that I gave her some training, and she actually started to become very successful in a short space of time, right? It was just the fact that she needed refinement. And the thing is, these are the world's most volatile markets. You need to get some sort of formal training before you start navigating them. You can make a lot of money. It is without a doubt. You can write your own paycheck out in this game, but you can also lose if you haven't got any kind of training, right? So make sure you get some sort of formal training. Okay, the next tip is never risk more than 1% of your trading capital. What does that mean? It means that let's say you're trading with £2,000 in a trading account. Okay, you don't want to risk more than £20 on any given trade. Okay, don't risk more than £20 on any given trade. If you're trading with a £20,000 account, it's £200, right? The maths are all very simple. Can everyone see that? The maths are ridiculously easy, right? One of the big things about trading, people think that it's really complicated. Mathematically, I've got to do all these things, and I need to do. Actually, you don't, right? And the best thing is that a spreadsheet does all the calculations for you. It keeps you safe and protected while you're in the market. That's the most important thing. And the best person to be trading and looking after your own money is who? Who do you think is the best person to be looking after your own money? Yourself, of course. You need to take charge, right? No one else is going to be better and look after your money better than yourself. So with methods like this, you become a master of your own finances. It's not, I will say this very clearly, right? it is not a get-rich-quick scheme, right? What it is a get extremely rich slowly scheme, right? I promise. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme, definitely not, right? If you're thinking of trading financial markets for that, think again, right? It's where most people start, it's not. It's a journey, right? But the key thing is, if you have people along the journey who are professionals and who are experts in it and have proven track records, you can significantly reduce the time you need to get where you want to be in that journey. That's key. The third tip is a profit target of at least 2 to 1. What does that mean? It means every time I risk £100 on a trade, I want to make at least how much? 200, double, right? Exactly, 200. I want to make £200 on a trade, okay? If I'm risking £10, how much do I want to make? 20, right? This is tip number 3. Double, reward risk needs to be 2 to 1 or better. What does that mean? It means, let's say I take 10 trades. 10 trades. 5 win, 5 lose. If I have a reward risk of 2 to 1, even though I was wrong 50% of the time, I still end up making money. On the bottom line, I still have a net profit of £500. Now, again, remember, I'm not good at math. I just punch everything into a spreadsheet and tell me, boom, this is the amount of risk and trade. Great, I do it, right? Spreadsheet does all the calculations, so you don't need to do any of them. We have these spreadsheets and they're free giveaways and we can give them to you so you can start going with them. So, just a recap of the power tips. So the first tip is always trade with a stop loss. The second tip is never risk more than 1% of your trading account. Okay? And the final tip is the profit target, at least double your risk. Are there any questions on this so far? Okay, this is the second time I've asked questions and there haven't been any. So that means, see, generally speaking, oh yes.
You said on your second slide that there was a low probability. What do you mean specifically by there's a low probability?
Okay, yes, so low probability of losing all your account capital. You see, the thing is, if you were trading with a £10,000 account and you lost £100, then you're down to 9,900. If you were to risk another one percent, it's £99, then it's £98, 97. You see, the risk becomes smaller, so it's impossible to actually lose your entire capital. And it's actually it's also impossible to get like 10 trades wrong in a row. Does anyone think that they can get 10 trades wrong in a row by show of hands? 1, 2, there's a few. Okay, so we've got 3. Okay, perfect. So Thierry, we need to employ these people. We need to bring them on every time they buy, we sell. Easy. That's the best strategy that we can get. Awesome. Okay, good. So low risk. It's low risk. It's safe. It's secure. It requires very, very little time. I'll show you why in just a moment. Are there any more questions? Good. You know, generally speaking, they say, oh yes, go on.
You say that these are proven methods.
Yes. According to us, we trade the markets live every single night, and we've been doing so for 18 months now, and we have track record for everything that we do, right? So they're proven over that period of time. Okay, good. I'll talk about some myths behind trading. Okay, the first one is a lot of people saying, "Oh, you're a trader. Oh, you take risks. You're a gambler, aren't you?" Do you know what? It's one of the biggest myths out there. And the thing is, as I already said, there's a key differentiator between a gambler and a trader. A gambler doesn't have a loss limit. They'll go onto a roulette table, they'll lose the first time, they'll double their bet, right? A trader has exact strategic mathematical edge. That's what we have. An exact mathematical edge as to why this will work over and over and over again. Okay? So a lot of people think that when it's statistical, you risk manage only 1% of your account on any given trade, and it keeps you safe in the market. Okay, here's the second myth, right? That it takes a lot of time. A good friend of mine, have a look at the Facebook status update, the date of it. It was 15th of September, that was last week, right? This week actually just gone, right? 15th of September, she's worked 56 hours. Can anyone relate to this, working 56 hours and being shattered? Yeah? A couple of people, right? This is common, right? But the thing is, right now, she's very young, doesn't have family. Imagine when she has family commitments, responsibilities, what's she going to do? Unless you have something in place that is a security for you, you will end up doing this for your whole life and then reach an early grave. It's sad, but it's the truth. And if you want proof, just look around. Get onto the tube. Look at 8 a.m. and the people that are flooding and packing those compartments out. It is the sad reality that most people stay locked in the time and money link up until their grave. You need to have some sort of a plan. That's the reason for this event, because we want to give you lots of different options for what is feasible for you, what was going to work well for you, right? And so obviously I gave her the solution. She didn't come today, but I did give her the solution. That's it. What can we say? She can stay locked in the link. She needs a little bit more pain. Okay, so second myth is it takes a lot of time. We trade 15 minutes a day. How many minutes? 15 minutes at the end of the day. That's how much time it takes to trade. A lot of people think, oh, you're at the screen for like 4, 6, you do really long hours, right? Wow, you must trade into the night and stuff like that. You can do that, right? You can, but you don't have to. We trade a technique called end of day trading. 15 minutes a day, right? It's fully automated, right? You place your orders with Automate, you put your orders on their platform, go to work, it's automated. You don't need to be by the screen. You just let the thing run. Right, come back the next day, you're going to see if your account's up £130, okay, great. Let's manage the trade. Next day, if your account's up £220, right, I'll take my profit off the table, bang, done. Every trade that we take is totally transparent, so this is like our track record. So a young lady was asked, why is it a proven system? It's a proven system because we trade the market live every single night. We've done so since April 2012, and these are the real-time statistics for what we've achieved since then. 34.57%. Does anyone here have a return of 34.57% over 18 months? Have a look around, ladies and gentlemen. This is, without a doubt, the most incredible way I've come across of making money. And it's proven. And we do it every single night, consistently. Every trade that we take is fully transparent. The trades that we have an Excel spreadsheet which is publicly viewable to all of our advanced clients. They can see every single trade that we're taking, and you can see on there my winners and my losers, right? Everything is transparent. So it's all on there. Third myth, requires massive amount of capital. You need lots of money to start trading. Actually, it's not the right attitude to have in the beginning. What I tell people is, even if you don't have any money to start trading, don't worry about it. Learn the mechanics. Because if you learn the mechanics now, 6 months from now, when you're in a position where you have a little bit of cash to trade, you can get started, right? But if you start in 6 months, first of all, that 6 months will never come. Secondly, you won't have the skills. You'll have to start fresh. Start today. When's the best day to start?
Today.
That's it. It's real simple. Just get going. Start with a small account. It doesn't matter what it is. Or start with no account. Start with what we call a demo account, which is practice money. And start learning the mechanics. Start learning how the market moves. You just execute consistently and you will build your wealth. When myself and Tim left our private trading floor, we were offered around about $10 million to start trading with. You don't need a lot of money in this game. If you make money consistently, if you make 34.47% over an 18-month period, I guarantee you money is going to find you. It is a guaranteed thing. Which investor wouldn't want that kind of return on their money? So people saw what we were doing and they came forward. And it's how it works. This is a game where you need a long-term outlook. It is not easy, it takes time, and it's taken us 6 years of blood, sweat, and tears to get up to this point, right? And now what we can do is we're in a position where others can leverage off that experience to shortcut their journey a little bit, because we've cut out the rubbish. When we first started, we had this like 600-page manual that we were given on a 2-day course. When you come on our 2-day course, you're given a 160-page manual. It's so much cut down and there's no junk in there. It's just the stuff you need to know to start making money straight away. So why trade? 3 benefits behind trading. First one is it's passive. So as I said, it's end of day trading that we do. So EOD stands for end of day. It supplements any job or business. Who here has a full-time job? Okay, you people are people who should definitely be trading. because you can get some money working for you while you're at work. Amazing experience. And trust me, when you're at work and you see a text message come in when the broker's fully automated your order for you, and you see, oh, I've just banked £160 on trade. It's a good feeling, right? It's even better feeling when you're on the treadmill or something like that, right? Right. So there you go. So it gives you an additional cash flow as well. Right? The whole idea is that you want to free up your time so you can do things that you want to do, right? Life is not about working for someone else and working really hard and grafting and putting those long hours. It is not, right? What it is about doing things that you love. For me, it's martial arts. For you, it will be something different. It's about spending time doing that. So, next reason to trade is it's very, very scalable model. As I said already, it's $1 trillion market. It's $1 trillion market. A trillion is 1,000 billion. 1,000 billion, right? And there's enough money to go around for everyone. You do not need to worry about the money. You don't need to worry about scalability. Once you start to grow, and you will grow very quickly, once you start to grow, the money is scalable. It doesn't matter whether you have £10,000 in trade account, 100,000, a million, 10 million, the mechanics are the same. It is exactly the same. And it allows you to live your vision. As I said to you already, my vision is martial arts. And I want to spread that throughout the world with the program built into it, human values. The next thing is, and this is probably my favorite, is that you can short the market. So for those of you that are just starting out, that beginners don't know what short the market means, what this means is that you make money while the market is falling. Make money while the market is falling. There's a saying in the stock world, by the way. Stocks go up in the stairs and come down in the lift, right? 2008 crash, perfect example of this. And we traded some of that. We traded some of the 2000, and that's the month in which we made 70% in 1 month. Believe me, when the market falls and it crashes, it's hard. And a monkey blindfolded can make money. It's not difficult. It's not difficult, right? When the market falls and it crashes. But if you don't know the mechanics, if you don't know the core basics and the fundamentals, you're not even going to know where to start. And you're going to miss all of that move. And guess what? The market's been climbing aggressively over the last couple of months. We don't know what's going to happen next. We never predict what's going to happen next. But it's not logical to keep climbing. 6 months, 12 months from now, who knows what's going to happen? And are you going to be in a position where you can trade that? Or are you going to be in a position where you're locked in that job, taking the tube to work every day and doing the same old mundane thing, watching other people making money? It's all about those people around you. This is one of the big things for me in theory. When we built this business, we built on 3 core values: love, service, and contribution. And that was what it was all about. After that, it just became our mission to make as many people aware about this, aware of this incredible opportunity on how to make money. It became our mission, our vision. It became something we had to do. And that's why, even as Tim mentioned, this is why the Break the Link event is on today. If financial trading is the right thing, then find something that is, but do something, right? Do something so that you can secure the future of the children, your family, people around you. Sometimes it isn't just about you. Did someone just hold a piece of paper up at me? I didn't see it. So, 15 minutes, thank you very much.
5 out of 5 performance.
Okay, good. So, I've spoken a lot about trading. I've spoken a lot about what we do. Are there any questions? Yes?
I know this is a silly question, but do you know with trading, do you get taxed?
It's a really good question. It's not a silly question at all. What I'll say to you is you need to speak to an accountant about that. However, I do believe that may offer a spread betting platform which is tax-free. But let me tell you one thing, right? By the time you're paying tax on this, you're laughing all the way to the bank. Guaranteed. Won't affect you too much. Any other questions? Yes?
What's the smallest you can invest?
The smallest amount as you can invest, as I've already said, is nothing. Don't worry about investing anything. Learn the mechanics. Learn the core fundamentals. Learn the way the markets move. Learn how to place the orders. Learn all of the things behind the market, and then take things from there. When you're ready, you can put maybe $1,500 into a trading account, and you can get going straight away. It's about £800. Yes?
I know this may sound silly, but with the trading, do you have like, is it advisable to have like a separate card to use for your trading? Like,
Separate card? No. Okay, so a trading account, let me explain. And Automate will walk you through exactly how to open a trading account. Trading account is the same as a current account. Everyone has a current account here? Yeah? It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. You put money in, you take money out, it doesn't cost you anything to do, and you just trade from that account. It's like a current account, that's what you trade. It's not a silly question, that's a good question. Yes?
Do you trade anything but dollar? Do you have a dollar account? Do you have other accounts? Because obviously us newer people do stick with our own
Okay.
currency.
Yes? You
Get more advanced.
you can be more advanced and trade other types of instruments as well, which you can have other accounts. Yeah.
You don't trade dollar.
No, we trade different currencies, commodities. We trade indices as well. Hi.
What is the catch? Like,
What is the catch?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's a really good question. Right.
that's what I was
What does Sunil will say? He says the catch is your soul. Okay, listen. Let me tell you in all honesty what the catch is, right? Let me tell you in all honesty what the catch is. The catch is that it is hard work. You have to put in time. You have to be consistent. You can't just be at the market, a couple of days and then be like, oh, I'll give this a break for a couple of months and then come back to it. It doesn't work like that. If you can be consistent and put that effort, that energy, that dedication, being there all the time, being consistent with your trading, there is no catch. And I'm so confident that there's no catch that with our 2-day program, if you don't like what you see, by day 1, give you 100% of your money back. You just write check out for you. There you go. Real easy. There's no catch, in all honesty. And if you find a catch, let me know. Yeah.
So how much do you charge for the 2-day program?
That's a really great question. I'm going to cover that in just a second. $1 million question. I like that. Good. Sorry? The question is, how much do we charge for our 2-day training workshop, which I'm just going to answer in just a moment. Normally I get lots more questions. See, normally, what happens is when there is such little amount of questions, it either means one of two things. Either one, excellent presentation, or two, everyone's really confused. But I know which one it is anyway. Okay, no problem. So what I wanted to do is tell you a little bit about what the gentleman asked, how much is the 2-day workshop. So we call the 2-day workshop Traders Base Camp. Okay? And it is an incredible experiential workshop where we will teach you not only the theory behind how the markets work, but you bring your laptop in on the second day and you actually trade with us. We'll help you to actually understand how to put the trades on. Right? As far as I know, we're the only 2-day basic workshop to do this. No one else does this because the logistics are crazy. Right? We teach in very, very small class sizes. You get lots of one-on-one attention. You have lots of crew that will be helping you as well. First step is setting up your software. Okay? So in that step 1 where your software is set up, what we do is we give you a set of profiles. They make your screens look like our screens. That means that when you leave the workshop, you have everything that you need to get going and start making money straight away. That's it, right? The second step is the 2-day training seminar. So what we do is we teach you pretty much everything that you need to get started making money straight away, right? So we're going to teach you everything. We'll teach you the fundamentals of risk management. We'll do a technology teaching. We also teach using fun games, right? A lot of the second day is all about playing games and learning concepts because human psychology says that when people are in that state where they're having fun, their memory retention just goes through the roof. So we've structured it, so we do it. It's an incredible experience, Traders Base Camp. So the final part is the broker account setup, and that's where Automate will come into play, and they're very kindly been here today. And what they've said for all of our clients as well is they'll give complete ongoing support with any technical issues with regards to your broker account. 24 hours a day, there's someone on the end of the phone. 24 hours a day, they're there for us, right? 24 hours a day. So that's what we have from Automate. They've done that for us. And also what they've said is they've got a bunch of bonus goodies and there's some mouse mats outside. You can go collect them and talk to them as well. So the Traders Base Camp experience, we value at £2,691 plus VAT. However, that's not feasible for everyone, so we just made a price that's feasible for everyone. We've made it £997 plus VAT. And we think that that's a fair price for people to go and get started, and it reflects the value of the training that we offer. What we also do as well is we give you complete ongoing support with Atomate. Anything that's technical issues related, they'll help you to address all of those. And as I said already, it's 100% money back guarantee. Do everything. Risk nothing. If you don't like it, we'll write a check out for you there and then. Because we're so, and in the history of the course, on day one, it has never happened ever. Right? And we've trained well over 300 people. Just through our 2-day course. Before that, we trained thousands more. We've never had to give a refund for anything that we're doing. We also give you a DVD with the whole 2-day course on it. Who here has been on a course before? Any kind of training course? Who has remembered every single aspect of the course? Right. So we give you a DVD so you can recap anything you want anytime. Right? And that's worth £197. It's on sale outside. If you want to buy it individually, you can as well. That's not too much of a problem. To make this feasible and accessible to everyone, so that there isn't even a doubt in your mind if you should give this a go, right? We have an amazing offer in place. And this is designed for you to get started. Start your journey in the financial markets, start making some money, start doing something great with time and money. What we do, for anyone that's coming on board today, we have 10 tickets which we're going to give away at 497 plus VAT. And to be honest, I think that represents incredible value for what you get a 2-day workshop. We provide lunch on both days as well, right? You get everything that you need to start getting up and running on the actual course itself. 497 plus VAT, we have 10 tickets. Now, one thing that we're very strong on at Master the Markets, very strong on, we don't like to sell anyone anything, right? If it's not for them. There's no way I'm going to shove this down your throat if it's not the right thing for you. If it's not the right thing for you, don't do it. If you feel that it is a method that you want to use to break the time money, if you feel that financial trading resonates with you and what I've said resonates with you, we invite you to buy. But we don't want to sell you anything. No one likes to be sold to, especially me. Okay? So if this is something of interest to you, we invite you to come on board. If it's not, find another method, but do something to break the time and money lane. You can speak to either myself about this. You can speak to Sunil at the back. Sunil, say yo. Yo. Where's Calvin? Calvin, say yo. Yo. Cool. So these guys are available, and you can speak to them with regards to how you can come on board and what you need to do. We have 10 of those spots available at that price. If you'd like to be involved, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, it's been awesome. I want to meet all of you personally, so please come and say hi. It's been awesome to speak to you all today. Thank you very much. It is my privilege.
Thank you, Rishi. Excellent. So who learned something new there? Excellent, good stuff. So, trading, right? The way to make money trading the markets. How many of you think that's exciting? Yeah, all right, good. So you can check out more of that information. You can speak to the guys in the break. What we're going to do right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break for 10 minutes, running slightly behind. So I was going to give you 15, but 10 is plenty, right? So visit the ladies or the gents, grab yourself a drink, and remember, while you've got 10 minutes and you've relieved yourself and you've got a drink, make sure you make a new friend, okay? Excellent. So make sure you're back in this room at 10 past 12, please. Ladies and gentlemen.